Good evening and welcome to this evening's Discover Redox presentation. Your time is very valuable. I don't intend to waste it. Somebody has considered you to be a very significant person because they've invited you to learn about this very significant information, as was handed to me just over 6.5 years ago. And since then, it's been a very high priority for me to bring it to everybody's attention because the level of importance of this information is incredibly high, because the level of impact that it is having in people's lives is significantly deep. It is bettering people's lives and being a true force for good in the world, changing and giving people their lives back, bettering, changing, giving their lives back. And I believe once you see this information, you'll not only find it significant, but want everyone in your life who is significant to you to probably know about it too. And so I'm incredibly grateful that you've decided to spend your time with me to learn about this breakthrough. So let's jump into it. My name is Stevie Aquilina, and I live in Australia. My family and I, we are originally from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast, and that was really a dream come true, when we can make that happen. We're minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities. Absolutely love it. I'm very grateful and lucky and blessed to have a life that I do, with the income, time, and freedom that allows me to enjoy a really great lifestyle with my family. It's also taken us to many parts of the world that once upon a time just way too far out of my reach, to be honest, because these good vibes and good times we find ourselves in now have not always been the case. I was a very difficult, weird, and awkward child to parent, raise, and school. I never made the grades in school, and I was often told that I was stupid and useless on a daily basis, in fact. And I figured out along the way, when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. And so later on, I became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And with that kind of thinking, I just walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. The PG version is I had more than 20 different jobs in far less that time. And for over a decade, I was hanging with the wrong people and doing the wrong things, and a very dumb but very good-looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. I had big dreams. I was a daydreamer, but not a daydream believer. I wanted to be, do, and have more. I really wanted to give more, actually. But I had little self-esteem, little sense of self-worth, little self-confidence. And so I done little with my life and really had little to give. Now, physically, I've always been athletic, mainly in martial arts, even to right now. But back then, you wouldn't have known it, but I had health troubles. I had an autoimmune disease, inflammatory disease, and severe skin, respiratory, and gut diseases most of my life. And lots of bad injuries too from pretty hardcore martial arts. Now, financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs with hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity behind. I've had the phone, electricity, and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol, and it's conked out a few times along the way. And I've not been able to make the rent. I've been evicted. I mean, embarrassingly broke. Now, I always believed in possibilities, but I doubted my own potential. And so with that contradiction, it led to uncertainty and confusion and unfulfillment and unhappiness and frustration and just being trapped and unable to be who I really wanted to be. Now, as for good things that have happened in my life, first, I met the girl of my dreams. Right then and there, more than ever before, I was motivated to become more. Now, she believed in me and told me that I was more long before I could believe in myself. And I figured out once again in my life, once you're told something often enough, right? You kind of start to believe it. Now, I was also introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, opportunity, and training. The company leaders are extremely successful and extremely ethical people. They believed in me too. And more importantly, they taught me how to believe and become more. And so now today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I've solved them, but I have the honor of helping others to solve them too, because of this life-changing breakthrough. Instead of financial insecurity and indignity and being embarrassingly broke, I now can hold my head up high with security and dignity because of this life-changing financial opportunity. And instead of being confused and trapped and unfulfilled and unhappy and frustrated and unable to be who I want to be, I now have the ability to believe and become, and more importantly, give more, because this company's training has shown me a life-changing, better way, better ethos. And so now I want to spend the rest of my life doing nothing less than bettering people's lives in at least any one of these life-changing ways too. So what I'm going to share with you first is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Medical experts say this is a great breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin, but it goes even deeper than that. Now, For 2 decades, science had declared that this was impossible. So it's kind of a miracle that we are finding out about it now. This is a breakthrough with enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies. This is a very advanced breakthrough, considered to be 15 years ahead of its time, and any health challenges, goals, problems, concerns you can think of, remarkable results, but drug companies wanted it all shut down. More about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be absolutely clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond drugs or nutrition and well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about, because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking and category creating and a real healthcare breakthrough. This is the ASEA Redox cell signaling technology, which is a drink that contains nothing except active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells, so they're made within your body. That makes them native to your body. And they are your cellular messages that affect your cell-to-cell communication and therefore allows your cellular operation and function to be affected in a very positive way. And this happens all the way down to your genetic expressions. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself. And that happens by redox signaling molecules actually sending signals and in telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, how to repair unhealthy cells, and how to replace damaged cells that are too far gone to be repaired. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. The bottom line is this: redox signaling molecules is what keeps cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. And why is this also important? Because we are all made entirely of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. If you want to stay well, keep the cell well. If you need to get well, get the cell well. Healthy cells are made healthy by redox signaling molecules. And when you have healthy cells, you have a healthy body and you have a healthy life, right? Now, redox signaling molecules are the keys to life. They are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. And I mean all of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes, all critically depend on redox signaling. And I underline critically because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more mere seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, your life just ends. And so if our bodies already make these redox signaling molecules, then why do we need to give our bodies more? Well, when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, how they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next day, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, both man-made but also natural, our cells break down. And our body's ability to make redox signaling molecules breaks down with it. Without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals, our whole cellular protection and healing process becomes slow. Our cells break down more and more. Our production of redox breaks down more and more. And it's a vicious cycle that ultimately leads down to a breakdown in aging, health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and so is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA Redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA Redox products and certifying them as safe and effective in every body. ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research, since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of a signaling molecule. There have now since been multiple signaling molecules discovered, with multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. And if you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published at the National Library of Medicine, and you typed in redox signaling there, you would see well over 33,000 results. And there are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. And this slide will already be way out of date, with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. And so according to medical researchers, as well as reported in the Huffington Post, who specifically wrote about ASEA in this article that I'm showing you, Redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. And there are now multiple universities who have received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox, and medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. Now, as for ASEA, we're already light years ahead of all this, because ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. And here's just one example of that. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of your genetic pathways and affect your genes that improve your immune system health, that help maintain your healthy inflammatory response, that help maintain your cardiovascular or your heart health and support your arterial elasticity, that improves your gut health and digestive enzyme production and modulates your hormone balance to support your vitality and your wellness. Now, these genes are key in the health of every single individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Moreover, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of this university study saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. And that's significant because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And 95% of all adult conditions are degenerative. And so being able to reduce oxidative stress is a very significant thing. And that's what ASEA does to a very large degree. Now, from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and healthier. So if you have health challenges, if you have people that you care about who do, if you wish you could look, live, and feel young once again, if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. Now, you don't need to take my word for it, because here are some medical doctors now. Let's listen to what they have to say about redox.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
Now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of redox technology. They are Renew 28, our redox gel, and our intensive redox serum. That's the two tubes on the right. These redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products, our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer, two products on the left. Now, a picture is really worth 1,000 words, so let's just show you what our ASEA redox technologies are actually worth with these pictures, these amazing health, anti-aging and age-reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out, elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, and marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin being renewed. For young people too, being rejuvenated and improving the quality of life from the outside in and the inside out. Even the aftermath of these unfortunate conditions coming back to the proper surface of the skin. This is Rosie, and the dramatic difference that you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because she didn't take those pictures. In fact, Rosie believed that the products were not working at all. Rosie went along to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told the doctor that the products didn't work, the doctor Rosie showed the doctor these pictures. The doctor showed these pictures to Rosie, I should say, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here. Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes. But Rosie missed the moment-by-moment changes by not taking pictures, so she didn't get to see how it was going. And so please take pictures. That's how you're going to see how ASEA goes. For anything you can't take a picture of, keep a written record instead. Now, how long does it take before you notice results? I hear you ask. A lot of people ask that question. Some people in a reasonable amount of time. Look at Rosie there, 7 weeks. Others can have it in less. They can have it within 7 days. And most people can have an experience in around about 7 minutes, give or take. But not everybody. Some people need to apply more product, time, and patience. Generally when there's more going on with their health. So how long does it take? Well, here's what we do know. Redox signaling molecules are all the same. They're the same in you as they are in me, animals, and plants. As they are in ASEA bottles, they're all precisely the same. Redox signaling molecules are all the same. Studies show that ASEA redox products have nothing but redox signaling molecules in them, and therefore have an immediate positive effect because it would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you. Redox works in every single person, every single time. It'd be scientifically impossible for them to hurt you too. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. We know it's going to work. We just need to wait and see when. Now, this doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Aside from my pointing it out there with the signage, can you see the difference yourself? Once you see it, it's really difficult to unsee it. It's quite incredible, actually. Now, Renew 28 is not just for the face, arms, hands, bellies, and buttocks, thighs, and all over. Now, these pictures are actually from a study by a world-leading laboratory, And the study was done because there were reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. And so scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see if there was any truth to these stories. Now, what they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat, the fat that was causing the cellulite, was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite. And as we've discussed, wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, and supporting the surface skin cell renewal, not just for smoother and younger looking skin, but for actual healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving or sun exposure and the like. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin, it goes far deeper than that. And it helps soothe discomfort around and within the body. Now, you can know about this in about 10 minutes. If you have something that's hurting you, something that's sore, rate that hurting on a scale of 1 to 10. A score of 10 would mean maximum discomfort. Apply Renew 28 on that sore spot 3 times within 5 minutes, and usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of their hurting, soreness, discomfort within approximately 10 minutes, give or take. Now, nothing I've said here tonight has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through, and ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Let's be clear about that. Now, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity, and the greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. That is a historical fact and a universal truth. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough, and that's created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. Now, ASEA Redox products are the world's first and only redox seedling supplements for 2 very simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, no one but this gentleman has figured out how to create and stabilize redox seedling molecules outside of the body. In fact, for the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And 2, ASEA is heavily patented. But not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, ASEA can't be copied because there's no way to look into a bottle of ASEA and figure out how to reverse engineer it, because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA, not in the bottle. And so it really can't be copied. And that means we have no copycats, competition. That means no one in the world has what ASEA has, no one. Because no other products in the world has redox seedling molecules in their products. And therefore, no other products in the world can do what ASEA does, none of them, because it is redox seedling molecules. Nothing else in the world without redox seedling molecules can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can, because it is redox. And redox works in everybody, and everybody needs redox, because nothing in the body works as well or at all, in fact, without redox. And redox can't hurt anybody. Now, again, no other products can make these claims. No juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, or whatever it might be, however good it may be, it's not redox. It can't work as well as redox. And again, it can't really work at all without redox, because nothing works without that. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities like nothing else across all health science sectors, whether it be healthcare wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries, by the way. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from. And scientifically, really, the bottom line is this: everybody needs redox. It's the missing link in their healthcare practice. And so ASEA really is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. What we do is not complicated. We personally share redox with others. We grow and expand a network of others doing the same. And in this way, you can be your own boss. You can be in business for yourself, but you're never in business by yourself, because together we're better, and together we work to improve the productivity of the networks that we build. So it's kind of like a franchise business, really. But instead of building restaurants and burgers like, let's say, McDonald's does, instead of building buildings, we are building people. And as for the products, we don't need to make, ship, or handle those. The product does all of that for you. And so in this way, you can make an income just like a franchise, in fact, way more than that, but without all of the stress and expenses. So ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing redox with others. Now, for people looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big-time, or legacy-leaving income, for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions, to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality. And ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leveraged. And let's start with the residual income. And you receive that type of income, not just from the first, but from all of the repeated and ongoing purchases made by everyone you refer to as seer. Now, hear me on this. Because you can tell as many people as you like, and because they can buy as many products as they like, and because they will buy those products again and again and again, and you get paid for all of that, that means your residual income potential is unlimited. Now, on top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person that your contacts and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide and deep these referrals can go around your region, around your nation, and around the world. Just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, whatever the products or services might be, people tell people stuff like this all the time, who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth is the oldest and still today #1 most powerful and effective and most trusted and most listened to form of marketing in the world. Nothing beats it, nothing ever has, and nothing ever will. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. And a seer is currently in 35 countries and opening up new markets almost every single year. Based in America, we are now a global company that is turning over many multi-millions of dollars. And we've been open for more than 10 years, and we have been debt-free and profitable since our very first year. And based on existing trends, annual turnover is projected to exceed more than $500 million over the next 5 years. Residual income. It's very impressive being able to get paid for the work you do once, but get paid for it again and again and again. It's very impressive being able to get paid when you have days off, when you are on holidays, when you're sleeping, you still get paid. Residual income is impressive, but more so it's very important because you have residual bills. Why don't you have residual income? Do you know what happens to most people by the time they are 65? Out of every 100 people, only one of them is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive. Now, remember, this is at 65, and they're not working because they want to, but because they have to. They're a slave to the dollar. And worse still, 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. So I don't know about you, but that does not sound like a good retirement plan to me. It does not sound like a good financial plan to me. It sounds like a financial failing plan. And so what's one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to figure out that the rest of us, the 81%, need to? And I found this. You need to find a way to make money that is no longer dependent on your paid by the hour, selling your precious time for money or labor-intensive or own activity job, otherwise known as active income. Because sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. And therefore, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. And this was very concerning for me when I discovered this, because I thought, well, my active income already is enough as it is. There's no way I'm putting anything away for, later on in life, or heavens forbid, should something happen to me and my family needs money after I'm gone, of course. Now, this is a big problem. One of the biggest problems that 81% of people get trapped in. And look, money is an excellent servant. You can do a lot of good things with money, but it's a terrible master if it controls you. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, if you don't find a way to be in control of your money, you'll be a slave for money until you die. Your money will be in control of you. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, keep it. You are blessed. But still find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is just clearly not smart and dangerous to your financial security. And so for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, who are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their security, finances, and freedom. And for people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have, or for people who aren't happy with how they have to make their money, for people who have dreams and want a better life, a seer is a significant opportunity to be paid a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. Now, you can also have a significant impact in people's lives, and there's nothing better than bettering people's lives and making a living from that. That's what you get to do with a seer. Now, it's who we become and what we do that is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. That's what I figured out. And you can make really great money here, by the way. Let's not steer away from that. It's not what I'm trying to get you to do. You can make great money here for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. You can have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. But really, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others. That is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of a seer. Because the truth is, by the way, to demonstrate this, big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA. And when that happened, those big drug companies offered to pay ASEA huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, those drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down and they wanted to take everyone off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son Tyler Norton, had the great foresight to see very grave concerns and consequences in such a deal. Because Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from very severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw these people, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they could not in good conscience sell out, and so that's why they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people, to you. You see, for Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down the huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route, deciding to go the health route rather than the drug route, in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to everyone without a prescription. And one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make, and that is to always put people and principles before, over and above, ego and economics. The ASEA founders and corporate team come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They are exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, global companies, but their corporate soul revolves around putting people first and being a force for good in the world, having an impact, making a difference, and helping others to believe, belong, and become more. So you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, they can point you to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see ASEA is the real deal. So if you want to be happier and healthier, live younger, stronger, longer, you may just want to become an ASEA customer. But if you have more in your heart than just that, if you have dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, and what I mean by that is if you want to help people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, and lifestyle, but you also want that for others, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet, if you want to make a bigger difference in the world, you can become part of this redox reality and you can become more. Because if you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others. And as a byproduct of that, your life will become better in many, many ways. So I hope by now you can see this brilliant breakthrough. I hope by now you can tell this is a profound product. I hope by now you've got a handle of just how outstanding this opportunity is. I hope by now you've heard how excellent the ASEA ethos is. And by now, can you feel how meaningful this mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world? So this is Stevie Aquilina. Thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well, and have a great evening. Thank you.